So I've got a Tech 9 equipped, bought an SG, and it's round 3. Welcome to CSGO 2018. Greetings, hi, TheWarOwl greets you. This last update to CounterStrike is the most significant meta change in the history of Global Offensive. I'm not overstating this. The second most significant would either be the introduction of the CZ or the AUG scoped movement speed back in 2014. This dwarfs both of those by comparison. It'll have far-reaching ramifications into the very basic nature of the game. For better or for worse, remains to be seen. Let's go from least important to most important. First, we have the addition of positional audio for in-game voice chat.
Hello, I am over here. Now I am over here.
Ooh, exciting. If you enable the VoIP positional setting, it'll sound like the teammate's voice is coming from the direction they're at. I don't recommend turning this on. It won't really help you in-game. I think it'll just serve to confuse and annoy you, like modern art. However, it could potentially be used by modders in custom game modes to make some cool effects.
CounterStrike needs a Battle Royale game mode.
Next, we have a shakeup in the map pool. It's about time. Venice finally sinks to the ocean floor to hopefully become the lost city of Atlantis, as Canals has been removed from competitive. I think the failure of Canals is due to the bomb site design. You have a tight claustrophobic space that's kind of tough to get to, where a single Molotov can just cover the entire thing. I'm happy they tried something different, I just don't think it worked. In its place is a returning custom map, DE Austria, which follows a more standard 4-square design. I've played this map quite a bit, and I gotta say, it's not bad. It certainly isn't as well thought out in terms of competitive as maps like Cache or Mirage or take your pick, but the map is very playable. It has some potential if they wanted to revamp it, and it has a snowy theme. We don't have a competitive snowy themed map, not since Ruska actually. You gotta have an ice level, it's video games 101. Oh, and that reminds me, we have 2 new maps added to the casual game mode. Wait, there's a casual game mode? Our Song of Fire and Ice takes us to Sub-Zero by FM Pone. I had a lot of fun playtesting this map, I'm fairly familiar with it, and I'm happy to see it get into the game. This map definitely has a lot of potential. Over to the warmer side is Biome. This is the winner of the MapCore mapping competition, which is probably why it was added into the game. I'm at least partly responsible for this, considering I was one of the judges of the MapCore mapping competition. Okay, we have 2 new maps with potential that are only playable in casual 10v10. What gives? If we had that unranked 5v5 matchmaking that everybody asked for, we'd be able to play these in 5v5, which is what they were designed for. I don't think they, or any other map for that matter, really works in 10v10, but hey, maybe casual's just not for me. Still, I think Sub-Zero has the potential to be added into the competitive 5v5. But wait, there's more! The CZ has finally been properly nerfed. The recoil and fire and accuracy has been nerfed to crap. I mean, just look at it. Before, you didn't have to control recoil for the first 5 shots, because the only significant inaccuracy was from spread. They did improve the accuracy recovery rate though, which means you can tap shoot faster. But you don't buy a CZ for the tap shooting. The CZ has always been strong for its very large damage output for such a cheap weapon. Along with the CZ nerf is a Tech 9 buff. The inaccuracy of the Tech 9 has been reduced, and the accuracy recovery rate has been improved as well, the same change they made to the CZ. So now it's slightly better for spamming and tapping. The 5.7 is unchanged and still wrecks face. I've already switched over to using Tech 9 and 5.7 again. I think it's possible we're gonna see far less CZ usage. I think this is a great change to the game. It only serves to increase the skill ceiling. There's a lot of skill that goes into the semi-automatic $500 pistols, especially compared to the spammy random-ass CZ. But wait, there's even more! Sure, the CZ nerf is significant. If the update was just the CZ nerf, I'd still be screaming my head off, but there are 2 more updates that drastically change the very nature of the game. The SG553 has been reduced in price to $27.50. That's $50 more than the AK-47. That's an insignificant amount of money. See, the SG is better than the AK-47 in every way except movement speed. I think this change makes the SG meta, meaning we're gonna see people purchasing the SG over the AK for personal preference reasons at the highest level of competitive. At the same time, the AUG now cost $31.50. That's $50 more than the M4s. I think this change is less significant than the SG change. The M4 still has great precision. I don't think the AUG has that much more than the M4, but I still do think that we're going to see more AUG usage going forward, if only for the scope, for the situations where the scope is going to be really beneficial. Maybe I'm not stressing this enough. CounterStrike has been AKs and M4s for over 15 years. If this change sticks, CounterStrike is gonna look very, very different going forward.
But wait, there's even more!
In order to lessen the impact of the pistol round, Valve has increased the loss reward of the first round of each half by $500. Now instead of getting $1,400, you get $1,900. And since the game gives you an additional $500 for every loss in a row, after losing the first 2 rounds, you'll be getting $2,400. This completely changes the early game economy. Before the update, when terrorists got a bomb plant on the pistol round but they lost the round, they'd be able to save up on round 2, collect the $800 reward for that bomb plant, and get an armor AK-47 buy on round 3, giving them an early weapon advantage. Now, it doesn't even matter. If the terrorists lose the pistol round and then they save on the second, they'll have $4,300 reward money minimum. That's $4,300 without a bomb plant or any kills, well above the $3,700 needed for armor, helmet, and AK-47. Terrorists can now always decide to save second round and get a weapon advantage on round 3. Heck, the AWP player can now decide to save pistol round, which will guarantee him a glass cannon AWP for third round. Why ever buy a submachine gun second round after a win now? You're just gonna have to upgrade. I think an early game economy boost will greatly favor the terrorists. See, the counter-terrorist equipment cost more. They need kits, they need smokes. Incendiary grenades cost $600, and they aren't able to get that $800 bonus for bomb plants. The only solution I see for the counter-terrorist is to either continue to force buy second round after a loss, so don't change anything, or make a sacrifice on round 3, either skipping the helmet or getting a FAMAS instead of an M4 to make sure they have enough equipment. I predict that the early game is going to be going T-sided from here on out. In fact, I would predict that the game itself is going to shift a little bit to the T side. The terrorists now have the SG to play around with. They have the economy advantage. They can kill the CT economy really easily in the early game. The CZ's now super nerfed, so on the CT side, it's not going to be as effective. The Tech 9's a little bit buffed. If you wanted to get back into CounterStrike, now is the time. The meta's been messed up. Nobody really knows how you're supposed to play right now. That's going to develop in the coming weeks. Veteran players are going to have to adjust. Now's the time to get back into it. Hey, you wanted a meta shift. I just wanted new maps. But no, you didn't listen to me. A lot of people have already asked me, hey TheWarOwl, is this good or is this bad? And I gotta say, I don't know. And that's exciting. Thank you very much for watching. I am TheWarOwl, and I still have no closer.